Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I wanted to give you a detailed flip through of my 2022 bullet journal, basically in a Hobonichi Weeks. If you have not seen the original video, I will link that below, but I did update this a little bit, and then I did want to share how I'm currently using it because it's changed from week to week since I started this December. But I did start this in 2020, January 1st of 2022. This is a mega sneaker weeks. Basically what that means is if you take a regular Hobonichi Weeks and, with the hardcover, and you just take the hardcover off, you're left with basically the pages. That's what a sneaker weeks is. It also is a mega, so it does not come in a regular, like with 70 something pages. This has, how many see? This has 215 pages, and so I like that because that way I can just write notes and update it and not run out of pages. So the inside is not decorated in any way, just this little, pictures from Pinterest that I just kind of, if I want to change anything, I like keeping that one there. I'm not a morning person. And yeah, it's pretty plain, pretty functional. This is my inbox. These are just things I want to buy. This is something like if I have to brain dump anything that I think that I don't want to forget, I just add it there. This is from something, the same thing I did in another planner that I was in, and so I just put it in here so it's all in one place. And then later when I migrate, I will move these items to where they need to be. This is my quarter 1 goals, which I have yet to really write down yet because I have to work on that. And hopefully tonight, I didn't do it last night because I was just tired, and I have to be in the right frame of mind and spend some time in prayer and then write things out as the Lord leads. This I was going to use for my YouTube. I decided to create I had an extra Hobonichi Weeks, and so I decided to create a social media planner for now and see how that works. And so right now I don't have anything or plans to use this, so and that's okay if I don't have anything. And I don't mind using, if I get an idea mid-July or somewhere down here, that's perfectly fine with me. This is my monthly, and I have just all my, I don't use this to refer as for appointments. I have this on my phone, but for memory, keeping sake, I have it in here. If I ever lost my phone or I lost my app or, whatever, it's here and is documented. Here I have my task, homeschool, field trips. I don't have anything planned right now because it's pretty cold outside and we have snow. These are projects that I want to work on for the month of January. YouTube, just general. I want to make 2 to 3 videos a week, probably 2, and kind of what I want to focus on in my work. So, and I have all of the 12 months. I will fill these up as the months go by and I get more appointments. Again, everything's on my phone. Let's see here. Here's my yearly goals. I still need to write that out. Here's my future log. Here's my my weekly right here. And this is, I've done it different ways, but this is kind of the way I'm using it right now. And because this is working for me, I've already kind of prepped the rest of the pages for the month of January. I generally don't like to do that because if I change my mind, I want to change it for the following week instead of using a bunch of whiteout. But I think this is pretty much working for me. And if it changes, then I have, I can change it in February. If you've never seen a Hobonichi Weeks, this is the blank layout. So you have your week on this side, and then this is a blank page. And it's a Monday start, which I really, really like. And I just divided this into 2 columns. These are my appointments, scheduled appointments, anything for my daughter, birthdays, bills is here on this side. This I changed into 2 separate columns. This will be my top. Here I called it top 3, but here I just renamed it to priorities. So these are like my top priorities. I know you're supposed to only have 3. Sometimes I have maybe 4. But these are things that I really need to get done this particular day. You know, I can't, it's like it has to get done. So here I have just regular general task that is specific to the day. And then here is weekly tasks. A lot of this I move from my monthly task, and I moved here or here or here. So that's been working for me. And then the reason I only have, let me see if I can, this drawn out to here, which stops on Friday, is because Saturday and Sunday I don't have a lot of, you know, like to-dos per se, in terms of that I have so many. Saturdays are generally, you know, laundry, or it's our church night, so I don't like to do a lot that day. And then Sunday I like to kind of just generally relax and, you know, catch up on my planners and prepare for the new week. So I did not need to, you know, expand this to the bottom. So what I did is I used this as a tracker. I don't do well with trackers, I'll just be honest. But there's certain things that I'm wanting to track, new habits. I've started reading the Bible through a year. I've started this many times. I think this is my 4th time trying, but I'm doing it with Monique Smith. She's here on YouTube, and she asked me if I wanted to, you know, read the Bible together just to keep us accountable. And of course I said, sure. And so we're going to be doing that. Here is, I didn't write walk. I also joined Weight Watchers in December. When you join Weight Watchers, that ask you a lot of questions based on your health, your eating habits, you know, just a lot of questions. And then based on the questions that you answer, it creates goals for you. And so one of my goals is to at least move 3K a day. So if it's more than that, that's good. Yesterday, I didn't notice I was sitting more so because, I don't know, it just happens, and I didn't reach that. So I got to move around more today. I want to get more into my skincare. 2022, I really want to focus on taking care of myself a little better. I always have self-care. I do things to, for the mind, you know, for my spirit, but I need to focus a little more on the body side of it. So not only exercising or eating right, but also, you know, making sure my hair is, I mean, I always take care of my hair, but make sure that I get haircuts regularly. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 years because I have long hair, and that's okay because I wear it in a bun most times. But I don't know, I just used to, when I was younger, took better care of myself. I did a skincare routine and dressed a little more like I used to, you know, when I go out, instead of just wearing joggers and a t-shirt and putting my hair up in a bun, which is okay if I do that sometimes. But when I do that all the time, I don't know, I just want to get back to where I used to just take care of myself just a little more. And then, you know, bed washing, wash our bedding, and then declutter. That's something that I want to work on. So this will change on a week-to-week basis based on what I want to accomplish. Down here, I still have my YouTube and my little stamps of what, you know, my calls I need to make for the week. This is kind of when I get an idea, I just write it down. But the details will be in my social media planner. And that is it. Here, sometimes I think of something like, I was thinking about my tracker and I wanted to break it down between AM, PM, and other. And so I just wrote it and kept it there as a reminder. So when I recopy this, kind of set it up that way. And I always color code everything. So, you know, orange is faith or Bible, anything with Bible. Anything gray is just myself. Anything that I'm doing, regardless if it's home is gray. Anything that I have to do is in gray. YouTube is always kind of like in that reddish color. And yeah, so that is working for me. And the back is my index, and I did add the 9 pillars of a balanced life, and of course my Thanksgiving and Christmas plans, which are way in the back. And that I will fill out as, you know, it gets closer to that time of the year. 9 pillars of a balanced life was in my self-care last year, and I only really used it like at the beginning of the year, like the first 3, maybe 4 months. But for 2 previous years, I used this all the time. And what I decided to do is move it into my planner, because if I do, then I'm more apt to, you know, update it. What was happening is I'd forget to update it because I'm always in my planner. And when I'm in my planner, it's really easy just to flip here and just write versus pulling a different self-care. And I don't know, it's just my planning has to flow the way my thought processes are, and depending on the books that I'm in. So it just made sense to move it in here. And what 9 pillars of a balanced life is, and I will link the original video below of someone on here, and I forget her name, but she created some journals, some self-care journals, and this really resonated with me. And basically it's the idea that everybody, you know, each person should be balanced in these 9 areas in order for us to be balanced, like family time, leisure time, me time, growth. Am I growing? You know, learning new things, exercising, friends, contribution. Us time is basically, I think it said marriage or something, and I changed it to us time, you know, between my husband and I, and work. So not to say that everything is going to be filled out to the brim in each area, but I know this is generally full. This leisure is pretty halfway full. Me time is usually halfway full. I would say growth, sometimes I do it, and then a lot of times I don't. And exercise is usually empty. Friends, I try, but I'm not consistent. So basically it's consistency. I can easily look at this, you know, at a bird's eye view and think, wow, I'm really lacking in exercise. I haven't written anything in here, so let me get started on doing something. Or I'm really haven't, you know, learned anything or read anything in a while. You know, it's been 2 months. It's something just to keep myself accountable. And it's not a taskmaster, but it's something for me to look at and to observe and to really think about, you know, my goals for each month. And then, you know, even with friends, time, I get busy with family, you know, work, homeschooling. I babysit my grandbaby full time. Time just goes really, really fast. We're already in 2022. And a lot of times it's in my, you know, in the back of my mind to call a specific friend for coffee. And then, wow, the whole year went by and I never even contacted her. I mean, we, you know, may talk on Facebook or chit chat, but I want to be more proactive when it comes to these areas of my life. And so I'll just flip through here. And then here I just have, you know, quotes. I'll show you what I have for January. And I just basically Google these. I Google, like, you know, self-care quotes, and that one is there. So basically self-care is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation. So, and I always write quotes to encourage myself. Sometimes I write scriptures. Saying no can be the best form of self-care. That is very, very true. Many years I said yes to everything, and I was burnt out, you know, because I just felt if I said no, I was going to hurt someone's feelings, or, you know, they were going to be upset with me. And part of me, you know, it's people pleasing, and I needed to get out of that. Now I'm very okay with saying, you know, no, you know, because I have to prioritize, and I don't want to be at a stage where I get burnt out. Even with, you know, doing things at church. Sometimes, you know, doing everything is not a good thing if you're going to be burnt out and you're not there to really, you know, minister to anyone, because if you're not feeling good and taking care of yourself, how can you pour into others' lives when your cup is totally empty, you know? But anyway, so these are just extra pages that I plan to use for anything, notes. Again, I save these for my Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I will decorate that as we get, you know, closer to that time. And yeah, so I just kind of use that for anything. It's even this year, or last year rather, I did not use everything. I don't think I've ever used all my notes pages in all the years I've used Omega Weeks. So I am just going to use it for whatever and not be afraid to save them for whatever reason. And if I run out of room, then I can easily just, you know, use another notebook. Here is an index of what's back here. And these were just note pages, you know, those informational sheets that I covered with extra Hobonichi paper that I had or I cut out from another week's. And you know, it's just back there in case I need it. And so I won't forget, it's there. That way I utilize every part of this book. Back here, I just have some Post-its in case I need it. Here's a GTD workflow and some more Post-its. And I think, yeah, back here, it's just, here's just a little routine. I have this in my main planner. And here is the bullet journal quick reference guide that I like to keep in each of my planners. But that's all I have. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.